Hey guys, this is Bina, and after many people have asked me about snapshotting and like all the details about it, let's go over really quickly what affects snapshotting, when does it stop being effective, why do you not see it in your minion stats, and all of these things, right? So first of all, we need to understand is that snapshotting, what is it? It's that you are equipping gear for either your minion damage, your minion health, you know. Mainly, this is gonna be for Stormcrows mainly, or like any minion snapshotting. Your minions benefit from the stats that you have equipped at the time that you summon them, right? So right now I don't have any crows. So if I summon my crows with this equipment, right, with minion health, minion damage, and stuff like this, right? On Tomac in correct history, we got minion spell damage. Now they are essentially taking a snapshot, which comes the word snapshotting, a snapshot of your stats that you have equipped, and then I can swap into different pieces of gear to actually give myself survivability. I'm giving myself all res. I'm giving myself Aura's Time Glass, which gives me a second life once I reach 30% health. I'm giving myself Vessel of Strife, right? I'm giving my character buffs for his survivability. And then my crows will retain all of the stats that they have from these items that I've snapshotted. Okay, so now let's talk about when does it reset. So as long as you stay in the Monolith of Fate, the Monolith is considered one big zone, so it stays. Your minions are not resummoned until you leave the zone. So if you go in Age of Winter, I do a few echoes in here, they keep their snapshot. If I move to Fall of the Empire, they keep their snapshot. But if I move to the End of Time, which is not in the mono, right? If I move to End of Time or a zone in the story, then those zones are going to resummon my minions, and I will have to re-snapshot them if I want to get the stats on them, right? Same thing goes if you go into the Shattered Road. They are unsummoned and resummoned because this is not considered inside of the monolith. Only the timelines and their echoes are considered one big zone. So that is for when minions are resummoned. It is mainly when you transition into another zone. There's another condition which, if you put a point in their tree, a lot of people have asked me, with incorrect history of a Terra, I get the extra point or 2 points, right? Because it has a +1 or 2 all minion skills. Can I put the points in here and summon them, and then when I swap back, will they keep the stats? No. If you mess with anything in the tree, whether it is adding a point or removing a point, it will resummon your crows. It will resummon your minions. So you cannot put any points in their skill tree when you are using snapshot, right? So the process of snapshotting for Stormcrows, for example, goes as follows. If I was going to be using Communion of the Erased, which I am not, but like I will show it for this purpose here. I equip all of the gear, right? Boom, 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 boom. I would also unequip all idols. And then say that these are my new idols that I want to snapshot with like minion penetration, like lightning pen or something like this. I would put all of the lightning pen stuff here, okay? So I swap all of these. And then since I'm going to be using Jorah Star Dial and Community Erased, I will first of all dash, potion, and then summon the crows, right? So that I keep the triple stats from Jorah Star Dials, and I keep the double stats from Communion of the Erased. So again, if you messed up, you have to do it again. So wait for your little buff here to go off cooldown, and then I will do it right now. So you go boom, boom, and then you summon the crows, and now they are summoned, snapshotted with all of the buffs from Community of the Erased and Jorah Star Dials, alongside everything else on here, right? But then I can swap back into my regular set, boom, 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 and then I would swap back again all my idols, boom, 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 boom. That is the process of snapshotting. How many times you have to do this? Again, only once you are in mono. If your minion die, if your crows die and they have the circle on the ground for you to revive them, that specific crow will be resummoned when it is when it is revived. So if one of your crows die, you have to re-snapshot if you want to benefit from those stats. So when you move a zone, when you put points into their tree, or when they die, they are resummoned. So that is pretty much it. It might seem complicated. It's pretty simple. If you just snapshot them once, you know, they keep their stats for your entire blasting session in the monolith. So you will be doing absolutely fine. Another thing, Bina, can I play this build without snapshotting? Absolutely, you can, okay? The one thing that you will want to do for sure, you will want to invest at least a few affixes into minion health, just so that at the corruption that you are playing, does it feel good? Do your crows continue, like, keep dying or not? I did not optimize a setup for non-snapshotting, but mainly snapshotting is here so that your crows survive. Crows never have a problem not dealing damage. They deal tremendous amounts of damage, even without snapshotting. So just making sure that they survive by giving them some health. Maybe you invest a few more points inside of minion health. You know, minion health nodes somewhere in here. You got some minion health here. You got some companion, increased companion health. Maybe you put some points in here so that they survive a little bit more. Maybe your passive tree changes a little bit. Maybe some of your items change a little bit. That is going to be up to you to decide and to figure out, because I haven't maximized a setup without snapshotting, because it's just part of the mechanics of the game. If it is ever removed from the game, I'll go over and check this build again and see if we can do something more optimized for non-snapshotters. But until then, I mean, I would say at least just grab like 2 rings, 1 minion health, 1 minion damage, or minion dodge, and then just, yeah, play with that. Just one of these will give you 900% minion health, and just gonna make them survive everything, right? So that is it for my little snapshotting 101. And like, do I have to snapshot? Should I be snapshotting? Like, the answer is yes, you probably should be snapshotting, but you don't have to. If you don't like this type of playstyle, just don't snapshot. They are very, very good. They are, even without snapshotting, without the shadow of a doubt, the best companion in all of the Primalist companions. There's no debating that. So that is it. Hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.